Hello, hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. If you're inclined to do so, and I suggest that you do, you'll look up reprobate mind. Reprobate mind. That's basically God allowing someone that has been filled with sin, doing sinful things, engaging in sinful ways, so on and so forth, to be given over to their desires and suffer the consequences. That is not something that you want to have happen. Now, I will say that God does have grace and mercy, and if one chooses to turn from those ways and repent, that's great. That's awesome. Basically, to have a reprobate mind means that you do not believe in God. And also, you want to engage in sin. Where there are individuals that believe in God, may have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But there are some people that pretend and play as if they believe in God and commit sinful acts in this world against other people and think and believe that because they are playing that they believe in God, that they will be saved and they will not have to deal with any consequences of engaging in the sinful behavior intentionally, repeatedly, abusively, to go against and hurt other individuals, but also themselves. The truth is, I have seen many individuals that were given over to their sinful ways and their behaviors and the evil and the atrocity of whatever they were engaged in, whether it be alcohol, drugs, sex. I've seen it. I've seen it happen to individuals. I have seen people that have given into their sexual, lustful thoughts and ideas, and they've ended up suffering, tremendously suffering. There was I don't know if I want to give this example. I'll give it, because it is a good example. Queer as Folk, Teddy and Queer as Folk. If you haven't seen it, okay. Teddy and Queer as Folk, he was very lustful. A lot of the characters, if not all the characters, were very lustful. But Teddy, he was an accountant. He was older. Wasn't super old, but he was older. So a lot of the guys he was interested in were not interested in him. He did not look terrible, but he was thinning in hair. He was not the most attractive or good looking out of the bunch of the guys. So a lot of guys were not looking at him. They were not really interested in him. He would try, but it would never work out. So he got into this slump. He got into this fog. He had a boyfriend, Emmett. They finally decided that they were going to get together and try it out. Had a boyfriend, but he just felt like his life was just not, what he expected it to be at his age. So he goes and gets away for a weekend, goes to a hotel. Actually, he was supposed to go somewhere else. He ends up stopping at this hotel. And at this hotel, there is a doctor that is basically a meth addict and a meth seller. Crystal meth. Alright? So, he sees a room full of guys that are basically in one huge orgy. And they're good looking guys, they're attractive, and they're just enjoying each other. It's all pleasure, it's all lust, it's all just desire and fulfillment, and they're on drugs. They're high on crystal meth. So they're engaging in acts and behaviors that are not good. They're dangerous. Teddy ends up deciding to engage in the behavior and takes his first hit of crystal meth. And after he takes that first hit and he feels that euphoria, that euphoric feeling, he then engaged in that behavior. But it didn't just stop there. It started becoming every day. And he got sucked into a repetitive cycle of abusing drugs as well as engaging in reckless sex. He ended up going to this big party, big house party, weekend party, where everybody was going to be doing crystal meth. And he got so high, they ended up putting him in a porn film. They had a porn film. And he was the star. They used him, they took advantage of him, they abused him because he was addicted to a substance. And he was engaging in sex and pleasure that he had never engaged in before, and he felt some type of way. It made him feel good, but in the end, it ended up destroying him. That's one example. I've seen that on TV, and I've seen that in real life happen to somebody. Multiple people. I didn't wish that on them. I didn't want that for them. But do you know that some of these individuals wanted that for me? Do you know that I had familial that wanted that to happen to me? They wanted me to go through that because they thought I was sinful. They thought I was risky in behavior. They thought that I was doing something illicit, illegal, and bad. And I was not. I was living my life, and I was living in my truth and my authenticity, and I did not engage in that type of behavior, nor did I ever want to engage in that type of behavior. It's unfortunate that some of those same individuals that wanted that for me, they engaged in wicked behavior, and that's not the first time they've done it. And they've done it while saying and claiming that they loved God, that they loved the Lord. Why would you send God's child and or want that for God's child? Why? And think that you're going to be saved and think that you're going to get away with it. It's individuals like that that will be given over to a reprobated mind.